guys, it's Jolene from Smith's Nature Friendly Farms. We are hanging out in the kitchen today. It's a rarity, I know. Lately it seems like we've been out in the garden far more than anything else, but trust us, we are also in the kitchen, usually for our farmers market, getting ready and prepared for those events. But today I am actually making a very versatile Christmas cookie. And when I say versatile, I actually mean that it is good year-round, but it has a great factor just for Christmas as well. So I'm going to show you my very simple Christmas cookie recipe. Now this is an M&M chocolate chip cookie. Now, is a chocolate chip cookie really a Christmas cookie? It is when you get seasonal M&M colors. So let's get started and let's see this cookie. But we've got flour, baking soda, some salt, brown sugar, a large egg, our seasonal M&Ms, a stick of unsalted butter, some vanilla, and these are the tools that we're going to use for this. I love a cookie scoop. We've got a silicone mat and a cookie tray and a regular bowl. Okay, so one of the first things we have to do, it's most important step of any baking operation, is we must first test the M&Ms. Quality assurance is important. They're tasty. All right, let's get started now that I'm munching on an M&M. So we're going to start off with our flour. We have 1 3/4 cups of flour. We need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to give that a quick blend of my powders. And then we're going to add a teaspoon of baking soda and do the same thing. Half a cup of brown sugar. 1/3 cup of white sugar. And then give it another stir. Woo. Now I have 1 large egg that I have cracked in a separate bowl. We use farm eggs. I always recommend checking your eggs. You never know by putting them in a separate bowl before putting them into the mixture, but we can go ahead and add in our egg. And we have a stick of butter, which I have put in the microwave for about 15 seconds. You can actually melt it all the way down. It does make for a thinner cookie, but I don't like it super thin, so I'll keep it at that rate. So it's a bit soft, but it's in there. And then we have 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to get a larger spoon for this. And we're going to get it mixed up. This is usually where I break out the hands. I'm definitely a hand person with my baking. And my hands were prior washed, so they are clean and we're ready to go. Do have good sanitary practices. Now I often double this recipe. It makes a small batch, I think maybe about 12 cookies if I do it on its own, so I definitely can make it into 2 batches. We've now got it into a nice cookie dough, and now I'm just going to add in and roll in the M&Ms that we very carefully quality checked. So with M&Ms, they're great because you can get them this time of year in the red and green colors. In July, you can get them in a white and blue, or red, white, and blue, and then in, I think Halloween, they might have, on occasion, they might have some orange only ones, but I'm not 100% sure on the Halloween ones. I have for sure used the other 2. And then, of course, the regular M&Ms. We are ready to scoop. And these don't typically expand very much on the tray, so you can Usually fit them in pretty close. And one thing I do is I add extra M&Ms just to the top, especially if you're selling at a farmer's market, because the added color right at the top makes them a lot more attractive. All right, they're ready to go in the oven. We've got some extra little M&Ms on the top. We're going to put them in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes, and give or take a minute or two. If you get them out and they don't look like they're done enough for your liking, give them an extra minute. I like them a tad on the chewy side, which usually means I take them out at 10 minutes and let them cook a little bit longer just on the pan with the heat of the pan. So we're going to slip these into the oven, and again, we're at 350 for temperature, and we're about four spots up on the oven. So about is that 3/4 of the way through in the oven? I think that's about right. Okay, set our timer, 10 minutes. And then we'll check them out. All right, our timer is going off. It's time to take them out of the oven. So 10 minutes was perfect. You can see that they're still soft, but there's just a tiny bit of browning around the side. That's perfect. I'm going to leave them on the pan for an additional I'll probably say about 3 more minutes, and just let them cook a bit, maybe up to 5 minutes. What I want to do is let them harden enough that I can actually maneuver them from the pan onto the cooling tray, and they just need a bit more time for that. All right, it's been about 3-4 minutes here, and we're ready to just take them off the pan. Nice and simple. And this makes for a nice, soft, chewy cookie. Now, as they dry out, they tend to get a little bit more of their crunch back, but overall, they are meant to be a softer, chewier cookie. And again, if you thin out the butter, it may actually make it even chewier. All right, guys, this is our chewy M&M cookie. We hope that you enjoy it. It's a great cookie. It's super good. So we hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'll have notes down below to help you out. If you have any questions at all, by all means, put it down in the comments down below. The usual. Be friendly, be kind.